fantastic that we're able to use this time to train. It's great for the hotels, but also what I think it does by the hotel using this method is that it shows the people who are furloughed that they are still being invested in, even though they're furloughed. The hotel company is showing that they really want to develop and spend time investing in their team members, which I think at the moment, as you say, reassurance is really key. People need to feel reassured at this particular time. So this has kept them engaged, even though, you know, the period of time that they've actually been furloughed has perhaps been a lot longer than they ever thought it would be. It's meant that every week they have been still engaging with that business. They've been thinking about when they come back to work.
Yeah.
So their mindset's different to perhaps if they hadn't have had that opportunity.
Yeah, we sent out garden games to all the guys as well. Just things that, you know, we know it's tough, but you know, when we do our virtual drinks, we always do, like Emma, who's the CEO, she always does a little update. This is what we've done this week, and it isn't, you know, it's not real deep, you know, statistical stuff. It's more about, these are what we're working on, this is what we're doing, and they're all like, what we really appreciate you keeping us informed, because actually we've got friends that are in hotels in the industry, and they've been sent home furloughed, and that's it. I haven't heard of them. They get the official letter, and that's it, you know. And that's how rumours and negativity can start. So I think investing in your people and training now, and I have to say, when it was clarified that you could be trained whilst you were on furlough, I thought that was a really positive move.
Absolutely. Jo, do you remember that very first live online learning session that you ran? And as the team members were logging in, just the look on their faces to see each other.
Yeah. I think that's the key thing, isn't it? It kind of brings everyone together, and it was almost like we were having an interactive workshop. And I think that's what we've really tried to do as far as webinars are concerned. I mean, from our point of view, we didn't want to call our online training a webinar, because it's not. It's interactive, it's fun, it's engaging, you know, everyone has a part to play, and it's fast paced and it keeps moving. And it's very like it's like us running a normal workshop, but we're just doing it virtually. And it was lovely. And so you had that kind of first interaction where you've got a gallery view of everybody and everyone interacting, and this is what would happen if we were having coffee before we were, you know, ready to go and start for the day. But it meant so much more, I think, at this point in time, because they've all been on their own. And I think, Rose, from your point of view, it is really taking care of their well-being, isn't it, as well?
I mean, as you said, Lee, you know, it's such a shame where people have been furloughed and just left. And I know people in the industry that's happened to. Yet this is a massive opportunity to, you know, get closer to your teams and engage them. And also it's about getting them ready for, you know, the out of lockdown situation, rather than panicking a week before. Oh, you know, let's get everyone back together, and, you know, can keep that consistency going and that camaraderie, and, you know, what hospitality's, you know, all about, albeit online at the moment. So yeah, I mean, I've worked with Jo and Sarah on the hub in terms of being the person on the other end. You know, I've been helping them test it and try it out, and it's absolutely brilliant way of learning. And as you say, Sarah, it can make you quite competitive, a bit of a scoreboard thing going, you know, against colleagues, but you know, and you get reminders through, and constant reassurance and affirmation. It's really, really good.
And it's so varied, Rose, as well, isn't it? I think the variation, so it's not just an online learning session, it's not just a video or a quiz or, you know, an induction, or there's so much more to it. And it's worked really well for the company that we've launched it with.
Thinking to your piece massively, Rose, is your mental wellness is important, because as much as you worked from home before, you knew that you could have days or some weeks when you were probably away 2 or 3 nights, and now you're not. You're at home all the time.
It's the time saved from travelling, isn't it? It's the time, those 3-hour journeys, and then delivering a 6-hour workshop, and then a 3-hour journey to get home. You're exhausted. You know, it has been a whole change. And I also think as well, like you said, there's more acceptance. You know, I think people are more flexible. So yes, you might get emails at 11 o'clock at night. You equally know that that's probably because that person could only do it at that time. And you don't have to respond to it. It's acceptable to leave it. Whereas probably going back into the old world, we would have had the pressure of, oh my God, I need to respond, you know, to this at that time. So there seems to be much more of an acceptance and flexibility, and yeah.
I think there's a new working from home etiquette, should I say?
Yeah.
And it's quite personal as well, because you're listening into people's houses as well, you know. And it's not always that, you know, as much as you try and keep the child or the teenager out the room, or the husband for that matter, or the cat, you know, occasionally they need to hop in and they don't understand Zoom, Teams, Google Hangouts, Skype, or any of that. They need mum.
Now.
Yeah,
absolutely. I love the fact that it's not a case of I'm either at work or I'm at home. I might have a couple of calls that I've got to be there at a certain time in the day, but actually when it gets to 1 o'clock and I start having that post-lunch little bit of lull, my brain's not quite working, I know I can just say to the kids, right, let's go on a bike ride, and off we go. And actually it's okay if we're out for 2 hours. You know, if we decide it's going to be a day where we go on a big adventure, we're out for a couple of hours, we come back, and then I pick it back up again, you know, and I work later into the evening maybe, but actually you're getting me at my best. I'm working when my brain is working, so therefore I'm far more productive. I think we're working far more smartly as well. I think it's just, in everything, it feels like there's like that efficiency there, but it's quite a natural sort of efficiency. It happens because actually you've got that flexible working, isn't it? That's what it is really. That you can juggle everything, and somehow I'm getting this balance, probably for one of the first times in my life, I think.
I think the routine thing has been important for a lot of people, again for your well-being, but you know, my daughter doesn't really get, my teenage daughter doesn't really get out of bed till, I don't know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. if you're lucky, because she's up late on her phone. But you know, that means I know I can, you know, keep going to that point, and then I'll take time out and spend some time with her. So I can sort of work that into my routine, and then do a bit more in the afternoon, and same as you know, go for a walk, do something together. So that, you're absolutely right, it's the home bit with the work bit, and just that flexibility of being able to have a routine, but it's flexible around stuff during the day at home as well. That's really, you know, I mean, I know we all would like be at our desks at 7 in the morning till goodness knows what time, and that's, you know, I've just found that time is so precious, particularly with me. My daughter moves between me and her dad, and so I can make that happen and not feel guilty about it.
And that's where, Lou, isn't it, where I think you step back and you go, actually this is happening to everybody, so yeah, it impacts us, and you know, it's all relative, isn't it? But then that's how I've coped with it, is to step back and say, no, everyone's in the same boat. So actually it helps you to just I
have believe it or not, a 97-year-old granddad that's still alive. Still drives. We're trying to take his car keys off him. Yes. And he has his companion Shirley that he's locked down with.
Brilliant.
He's 83.
Wow.
So bless. And we lost my grandma 16 years ago. So but he's very much, and always, you know, not lectured me, but kind of mentored me a bit in terms of like the business world, that, you know what, Lou, what's most number one important, health. Because if you've got your health, you can do anything. And it's so true. And that's what I kind of, my little mantra at times when I'm thinking, God, I'm proper done with all of this. You know, we want to get out and about, back to life. It's only a pause. And, you know, this time next year, we'll look back at it and hopefully everything will be dandy and it'll be a blip. But it just gets frustrating sometimes. And then, but my massive mantra is, we've come this far. You know, we've got to stay safe, and we will come out the other side of this. And as long as you've got your health, not just physical health, your mental health as well, will be stronger for it.
Yeah.
I've been going through lockdown really looking at life through the eyes of 2 5-year-olds, because that's who I'm locked down with. And it's lovely because I suppose they are quite protected from what's going on outside of the four walls. But everything can be so wonderful. You know, you can make a cake and they say, "Mummy, it's amazing." You know, they get really excited about making this cake. And they're on top of the world, and then I'm on top of the world because I've made this fantastic cake with them. You know, or going on, like I say, a bike ride. Or yesterday, the sun came out for about 10 minutes. And Max said, "Let's go and eat ice lollies on the wall." So we did. We all were sat on the wall at the front of the house and ate ice lollies. So actually, it's to be locked down with 5-year-olds is lovely because they don't actually think they're missing out on anything. Yes, they'd like to see the school friends. A Zoom call's not going to cut it for 2 5-year-olds because, of course, what they want to do is kick a ball or play with some Lego with them. In fact, the only thing really they've said to me that they'd like to do when the virus is over is they want to go to Thomas Land with some of their school friends. They will make that happen whenever that can happen. But at the moment, that's the only thing really I'm focusing on for them is Thomas Land. On a personal level, I'd love to go and see my mum because she's living on her own and has been on her own really since my dad died 2 years ago. But now she's on her own in a home, just doing a lot of gardening. And my sister had a baby a week ago.
Oh,
So I have a niece that I've never met. So she's cried down on Zoom to say hello, but I haven't actually met her. So that for me, I think, just seeing friends and family in real time rather than on a Zoom quiz on a Saturday night, to actually see them, maybe even hug them, that would be amazing. That's what I'm really looking forward to. It's just those connections that, you know, just seeing people and just wasting time with them, I think, would be lovely.
Oh, I think that's a brilliant that's what I would like to do. Waste time that I want to waste time, not restricted, nothing to do with COVID, coronavirus. Yeah.
But the thing is, don't you think though that we actually wouldn't have wasted time beforehand? This has made us realise that actually wasting time doing something we love is not wasted time at all. Actually, it's so lovely. And I wouldn't have allowed that to just waste time because we're always busy.
Always like, come on.
Yeah, now it's like, oh my God, you're right. We need to make sure that we really, take a little bit of this with us. And when we come out of it, that we actually do enjoy that wasted time and we make it happen as opposed to stop it happening.
I always loved the idea of doing yoga or doing some meditation and never actually found the time to do it. But actually that's something I've started doing, certainly the meditation, just a very simple app on my phone. And it's something I can do with the kids as well. So it might only be a 5-minute session, but just lying on the floor together, their eyes closed, having to picture different animals, because this is meditation for 5-year-olds.
That's brilliant.
And I feel quite rejuvenated just after 5 or 10 minutes of doing that.
Yeah, but it's just making you take that time out, isn't it? Because it's always this was like, come on, we need to get your dance stuff. We're getting in the car. Get your stuff. We've got to go to maths tutor. It was always right. We're here, we're there, we're everywhere. And yeah, it enables you, recalibrate. It's just kind of okay. And there are some things I've got to say that I've done during lockdown that I will keep moving forward. Definitely 100%.
What sort of things, Louise?
My walking,
my
structure to when I work from home. I'm never going to take a flat white coffee for granted ever again.